我是博士刚毕业，
I just graduated with a PhD and have now returned to my home country. I'm currently looking for a job. So far, I've sent out 109 resumes, but I've only received replies from a little over a dozen of them. None have been successful. Let me show you the resumes I've submitted so far. It's really difficult. Most of the positions I've applied for are at universities, but out of more than 100 applications, the number of replies I've received is really very few. Look, there are just too many people looking for jobs now. I never even dreamed that the unemployment rate would be this high. Then this industry is really going cold. Look, so many people are here without getting any orders. And there's another one coming. Look at that girl. She's so strange. She's actually asking others for their leftover food. It's not that I always end up messing things up like this. I keep thinking maybe there's still a way to fix it. But then why can't I just let it go? Why do I have to be so stubborn about it? Before we dive into all of this, let us know in the comments where you're watching this video from. Connecting with viewers across the world is a huge source of inspiration for us. It feels like everyone around the Optics Valley area are just beasts of burden. It's really pitiful. It's already past 11 o'clock now, and the streets are full of people waiting. All of them have just gotten off work. You gave him too many privileges, so when he hurts you, he doesn't even need to sharpen his knife. With this year's market, don't even talk about saving money for your son's future wife. Even for your own wife, if she doesn't run off, you should be burning incense. There won't be zombies coming out to bite me in this mall, right? Oh my god. The piece of trash I had my eye on just got picked up by an old man. You see, nowadays, whenever people spot some cardboard, they just grab it. And it's not just me collecting, there are plenty of others doing the same thing too. If you're still watching, comment once so I know you're still with me. The current job market is really much worse compared to 5 years ago. Our company had 200 openings for campus recruitment this year, and in less than a month, we have already received 20,000 resumes. That's a 1 in 100 acceptance rate, 1%. Do you know what that means? And all of them are master's or doctoral graduates from Project 211 universities at minimum. Moreover, their first degree must also be from a Project 211 university. Do you understand what that means? To be honest, working odd jobs out there right now is really tough. Nowadays, many people are living off their savings. Honestly, a lot of people are already exhausting everything they have left in their brains and bodies, but they still can't find any proper work at all.
家人们
Family, it's completely impossible to find a job. I worked so hard, studied for years, and ended up with a so-called midnight bar god degree, yet I still can't find any job at all.
到底是什么原因？
What exactly is the reason that has driven a nation one that has always valued the continuation of its bloodline to the point of having no descendants left, completely cut off from future generations?
现在真是一个
Right now, it truly feels like an era where the entire nation is delivering food. Last night, I saw an old man in his 50s, his hair already completely white, out delivering food. What's more, he was delivering together with his beloved wife, the two of them working side by side.
当前中国经济面临的挑战
The challenges currently facing China's economy are no longer just about cold macroeconomic data, but something that entire generations from the middle-aged to the young are personally feeling. A deep sense of economic decline. Blogger Luo Qi stated that more and more people are now lying flat. Some young people no longer go to work. They choose to lie flat, staying home doing nothing, eating and waiting for life to pass. Others recklessly squander their money, and once it's all gone, they simply give up and let life drift away. Beijing scholar Song Tao pointed out that the prosperity China experienced in the past was essentially a false prosperity. China relied on manufacturing exports to earn foreign exchange. But at the same time, it plundered the wealth of workers to fund infrastructure projects, foreign aid, and military development. A portion of that money ultimately flowed into the pockets of those in power. He said that the collapse in housing prices, the wave of business closures, and the shutting down of restaurants all stem from the same root cause. Ordinary people no longer have money in their hands. On October 15th, Beijing financial blogger Anxious Croquette commented that during the nationwide home buying craze in China, the vast majority of people born in the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s all took out loans to buy houses. As the real estate market has continued to plummet over the past few years, both young people and middle-aged individuals are now suffering each in their own painful way. Their shared fate is that they are all tightly bound by the cursed spell of home ownership, trapped like prisoners with no escape.
博士
PhD graduates can't find jobs, master's graduates can't find jobs, and even those with bachelor's degrees can't find jobs. Could it be that the ultimate destination of a university education is delivering food?
研究生现在毕业根本就找不到工。
Graduate students nowadays simply cannot find jobs after graduation. I've been sending out resumes for 4 months, but not a single company is willing to hire me. And now, companies are all downsizing. Every company's workforce is already full. I have a friend who studied for a master's degree in the United Kingdom. He joined a major corporation this June, but just last month he was laid off. So for people like us, who already have higher education but still can't find jobs, what exactly are we supposed to do?
以后会
Things will only get worse and worse, more and more difficult. Hunger, long-term hunger. I bet even in your dreams, you're thinking about how to break free, how to escape, how to get out of this poverty and hopeless situation with no opportunities.
完了
It's over, it's over. This time he's completely done for. This guy you see sleeps here at this bus stop every single day. Every day he picks up trash around this area. I don't really know what his situation is.
我是一名24年的
I am a fresh university graduate of the class of 2024. It was only after stepping into society that I realized my bachelor's degree is completely worthless. The pressure of life has been slowly crushing the pride I once had, piece by piece. Perhaps this society never really needed so many university graduates in the first place. Business is just too hard these days. Even at 10 yuan per item, I still can't sell a single thing.
为什么主流舆论
Why does mainstream public opinion have such a strong objection to the concept of lying flat? Why do they even go to such great lengths to crack down on it? Because in their eyes, lying flat is essentially a disguised form of strike, a kind of non-cooperation. And this kind of behavior, they believe, harms the interests of those who already possess vested power and benefits.
我现在过得好不好你不关心。
You don't care whether I'm doing well right now, yet you insist on caring about how I'll be doing after I retire. This kind of forced concern, tell me, is it that I need you or that you actually need me?
现在的自媒体的视频就没法拍了。
Nowadays, it's impossible to make self-media videos anymore. You talk about college students not being able to find jobs, your account gets banned. You talk about the continuous rainy season in Henan causing the corn harvest to completely fail, your account gets banned. You talk about corn and peanuts suffering from prolonged damp weather, leading to aflatoxin contamination that's toxic, and telling people not to eat them, your account gets banned again.
在今年以前，
Before this year, out of 10 food delivery workers, there wasn't even one woman. But starting from this summer, for every 10 new delivery workers, 3 of them are women. And now there are even more women are starting to deliver food. What does this tell us?
做生意开工厂
If you want to do business or open a factory, go to Russia. If you want to study abroad, go to North Korea. If you want to travel, go to Afghanistan. If you want to make friends, find Hamas or the Taliban. If you want to show love and charity, spend your money in Africa. If you want to earn foreign exchange, go to Iran. And if none of that satisfies you, then just curse the United States and the West. That, my friend, is the true path of life. Come on, all the best, Aola J.
没有一丁点希望。
There isn't a single bit of hope left from now on. You'll have to endure hunger. You'd better start preparing early. Soon, petty theft and crime will become more and more common, and society will grow increasingly unsafe. Don't wander around aimlessly. For those who still dream of making money, especially big money, stop daydreaming. It has nothing to do with you. You don't have that kind of power, and you don't have those connections. You're just a beast of burden in someone else's circle. No one sees you as a human being. If today you still happen to have enough to eat, that means you're currently living through the best days you'll ever have.
大家看一下啊，
Take a look, it's really hard to do business nowadays. Look at me. I came out to collect some goods, and the moment I saw the situation, my heart just sank. Such a good location, such a nice storefront. I won't even mention exactly where this place is. Just look, it's completely empty, not a single person around. At this age, still gonna work in a factory, even young people can't find jobs. So who would hire someone older? Which boss would want to take in someone of that age? Do you guys over here manage to find work every day? What kind of jobs do you usually get? Like, for example, cleaning up construction sites, driving tractors, sweeping floors, doing heavy labor, demolishing buildings, or laying tiles. Working a full day of hard labor like that, a person my age sweats all day but can't earn much. How many more years do you think you'll have to work before considering retirement? There's no such thing as a comfortable life. You just keep doing what you can. You think you're amazing? I'm already in my 60s, and life keeps forcing me to change jobs or start over again and again. Many people talk about unifying the pension standards. That's just a dream, something that will never be achieved. Go ahead and dream if you want, but tell me, if everyone had money, who would still be cleaning the streets? Who would still be working these jobs? Do you think that's even possible? We don't think too much about the future. We just try to get through today and talk about tomorrow when it comes. If you work, you'll have money. If you don't work, you won't. Isn't it true that we have to find work every single day? When there's no work, we have nothing. But if that's the case, why are there still so many people here? Well, if I'm not here, where else would I be? On Douyin? You're over 40, right? Yes, over 40. Haven't you thought about going into a factory? Working in a factory isn't worth it. When you're older and still trying to enter a factory, no one wants you. Even young people can't get those jobs, so why would a boss hire someone older? Once you're past 40 or 50, even construction sites think you're too old. Factories, they don't want you even more. Now, I can't say it. I really can't say it.
已经没有人能激起我努力的斗志了。
There's no one left who can ignite my motivation to work hard anymore. Among my friends, only a small half are still around. Those who used to work while studying have all disappeared without a trace. I don't even know whether they're doing well or not. I can only say that I no longer want to strive anymore. I just want to spend each day happily and peacefully, that's all. Ancestors of mine who will leave no descendants, I've finally made you proud. From now on, there will never again be poor people in my family because I am the last generation of our bloodline. My father never could have imagined that the incense of our family, passed down through countless generations, would end with me. Yet I feel incredibly happy, deeply proud. My ancestors survived wars, famines, and plagues, and still the family line never died out. So, is this the tragedy of our era, or simply the fate of life itself? Right now, the value of a doctoral degree has dropped dramatically. Especially after the year 2022, the situation has become ridiculous every single day. A new fake degree appears, one after another, endlessly. If you asked me whether I would choose to study again, my answer would be, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to school anymore.
中共是百姓苦难的来源。
The Chinese Communist Party has become the source of the people's suffering. More and more Chinese citizens are awakening and recognizing the CCP's evil nature, refusing to be part of it, and publicly declaring their withdrawal from the party and its affiliated organizations. Huang Rongting from Jiangxi, a migrant worker, announced his withdrawal from the Young Pioneers at the darkest and most desperate moment of his life. In his statement, he wrote that he had left his hometown to make a living through hard labor and sweat. At first, he still had some hope in the Chinese Communist Party, believing it could stand up for the common people. But reality left him heartbroken. In his village, local bullies ran rampant, seizing land and oppressing villagers, yet no one dared to intervene. The bullies had colluded with local officials, exploiting the people for their own gain. He said, "The taxes I work so hard to pay only serve to feed these parasites of the party. The party that was supposed to bring happiness to the people now only allows corrupt officials to rule unchecked. Who will care for the suffering of ordinary citizens?" He expressed his hope that one day this evil regime will be swept into the trash heap of history. A mainland citizen under the pseudonym Zhongyuan Kaiyun also stated, "The market on the mainland is extremely depressed right now. Supermarkets are usually empty, with hardly any customers. Ordinary people are living very difficult lives. All of these problems are directly linked to the CCP's corruption and its evil nature. I believe that good and evil will always be repaid in kind." She too declared her withdrawal from the CCP's affiliated Young Pioneers organization.
我已经对现在的这种
I've already become numb to the toxic atmosphere of today's society, so I've chosen to lie flat to stop struggling. Because when I look outside now, I can no longer see any hope. This year, I'm 38 years old. I'm a single man from the countryside, no wife, no children. To be honest, every man wants to get married. There are very few who don't. Everyone wants to build a family. But honestly speaking, we simply can't afford to get married truly. We can't. It's a tragedy of our times, to be honest.
整个花花市场
The entire flower market is completely empty. There's no one around at all. Business is terribly bleak and miserable. You have nightmares all night, can't sleep well, and still have to get up and look for work during the day. What time do you come out in the morning? Around 6. If I can't find work, there's no way to survive. My home is in the countryside. When I'm away for a long time, I go back during the busy farming season to help out. But when there's no farm work, I just leave again and don't look back. Does your family still have land? Yes, there's farmland, still some land. Then who's farming it? No one. If I go home, I'll starve to death, so I left to wander and escape poverty. Once you leave home, you never look back. Do you have children? No, I'm single, just a useless man, a broken life. How will you live when you're old? What retirement? There's no such thing as retirement for us. Just being alive today is already a blessing. Who knows if I'll still be alive an hour from now? I just don't want my life to end up like this. But there's no hope, no point in wishing for anything. We just go around trying to find temporary work. Working is just a way to survive. We're basically refugees. When there's no food or drink, you can't even speak properly. In a whole month, how many days can you find work? Maybe 10? No, I haven't found a single job for a month and a half. You said you don't have kids and no one to take care of you when you're old. Do you save any money? No, there's no point worrying about anything. Once you're numb, you stop worrying altogether. You just smile all day. Without thinking about anything, without shedding any more tears. We're constantly living on the edge of hunger, eating whatever we can find in the garbage bins. Since you're working odd jobs, do you have any insurance or anything like that? Nothing. What if you don't have an ID card? Then I guess you just die. I don't even have an ID card anymore. Without an ID, how do you find work? Small jobs depend on strength if you're willing to work. Maybe they'll hire you. Yesterday they told me to go do some digging, but damn it, I didn't have the strength. I was too hungry to move. I served in the army for 4 years, was preparing to join the party, retired in '89, but even then my family couldn't survive anymore. So I left home, started wandering, fleeing from hunger. If I can still stay alive out here, that already counts as happiness.
我硕士
I have a master's degree, but after working for only half a year, I was laid off. In July of last year, I joined a well-known domestic company as a management trainee. During this round of layoffs, 12 other master's graduates from top 985 and 211 universities across the country were also laid off. They fired every single one of us who had been hired as fresh master's graduates that year.
中国经济崩塌中，失业潮。
China's economy is collapsing. Waves of unemployment and business closures are sweeping across the entire country. People's livelihoods are deteriorating, and the economic depression has spread to every sector. Many people have lost their jobs and can no longer make ends meet. Countless young and middle-aged workers have fallen into the trap of lying flat, unable to compete or move forward. Shopping malls across the country are deserted, with massive numbers of stores forced to close their doors. Those few that remain open have almost no customers and are barely holding on. Ordinary citizens lament that life has become unbearable. Everyone feels overwhelmingly pessimistic, and no matter what industry they are in, there seems to be no hope at all. Some people cannot even afford to eat, wandering the streets and picking through garbage just to survive. They are facing a severe survival crisis. These voices rising from the grassroots of society reflect a grim reality, the rapid downward spiral of China's economy.
现在目前这种状态啊
Right now, in the current situation, everyone is just enduring. Every industry is enduring. In fact, you might not even realize it in front of the word endure. You could even add another word, turning it into torment. You can think of yourself like an egg or like a piece of roasted meat, being placed on a pan, constantly fried and simmered. And what's the final result? Dead money, all of it is being controlled by the capitalists. They're the ones making money, not us. Think about it, they move around recklessly, from one island to another, from one place to the next. As for us ordinary people, we're just struggling under the cracks between their fingers, barely managing to earn a little bit of money that slips through. Do you really think you can make any real money like that? So tell me, what exactly are you enduring for? Are you enduring for happiness, for joy, or for your own health? No, it's not working. People, damn it, are all being boiled alive in this suffering. We've almost been boiled dry, turned into porridge already. But what can we do? Come on, tell me, what can we really do about it?
现在找工作就是千军万马，强食之强。
Looking for a job these days is like a battlefield with thousands of troops charging in. If you don't get trampled to death, you'll starve to death. And if you somehow manage to grab one, you'll just end up disgusted. The so-called monthly salary of 3,000 yuan is just a joke, because in real life, the actual monthly pay might only be 1,800 yuan. Some people even earn just 2,000 or 2,500 yuan, and they still have to smile every day, pretending everything's fine, even though they don't even make 3,000 yuan a month. So tell me, what's there to be anxious about when you're unemployed? What's the point of stressing over quitting or having no job at all? There's really nothing to be anxious about. No job? Then so be it. Nowadays, most jobs are exploitative anyway, with low pay and low value. Is there really any need to force yourself to work like that? So honestly, there's nothing to worry about. Losing your job is just losing your job. In today's employment environment, being unemployed has become something completely normal.
公务员工资被曝光，
The salaries of civil servants have been exposed. On the surface, their monthly salary of 5,000 yuan is just the tip of the iceberg. Add to that a performance bonus of 2,000 yuan, an allowance of 3,000 yuan, and then nearly 100,000 yuan in annual bonuses. Altogether, their total yearly income easily exceeds 250,000 yuan. Even if a private company employee's monthly salary barely matches that amount, the benefits are completely different worlds apart. Most private companies contribute to the housing fund based only on the minimum wage standard, or some don't even contribute at all. Meanwhile, civil servants enjoy the highest contribution standards. The gap is crystal clear.
今天到我们镇上来了啊。
Today I came to our town. It's been more than 2 months since I last went to the main street. But I feel like our town now has even fewer people than our own village. In the village, at least there are still a few neighbors living nearby. But what I didn't expect is that in town, all those rows of shop fronts are closed, one after another. Out here in the countryside, if you want to run any kind of business and keep it alive, it's really too difficult. I'd guess that in a whole year, you wouldn't even be able to afford the shop rent or the housing fee. And this is on the new street of our town. It's a 4-lane road. The situation on the old street is even worse. Right now, you can't even see a single person around.
全国躺平的人太多了。
There are too many people lying flat across the whole country. It's heartbreaking. Young people who choose to lie flat aren't doing so because they want to, but because they've been pushed to the edge with no other choice. It's not that all young people want to give up. I still meet some who are trying hard to find opportunities, who still want to work hard. But when the great tide is receding, it's like small fish left stranded on the beach. It's almost impossible to find even a small puddle of water to survive in. Right now, for young people to innovate or start a business in these times is nearly impossible. Look around, even experienced entrepreneurs are losing money. So what hope is there for young people without experience? For many business owners, lying flat is a helpless act. They simply no longer have the capacity to continue production. The truth is, many companies themselves are already in deep trouble. The vitality of China's economy is clearly being blocked by the heavy burden of the real estate sector. Originally, the largest driver of the national economy was real estate, but once that demand declined, countless companies producing goods, raw materials, and construction components all fell into widespread difficulty. Today, China is facing one of the most severe economic crises in decades. Youth unemployment has soared past 20%, millions of small businesses have shut down, and both retail sales and exports continue to plunge. Even in major cities like Beijing and Shanghai, empty streets and shuttered shops have become a common sight, a silent reflection of deep social distress. China Social Trends reports that as the yuan weakens, consumption drops, and real estate debt piles up, the country has entered an era of collective flatlying, where both citizens and entrepreneurs feel powerless against an uncertain future. Do you believe the world's second-largest economy can recover from this downward spiral, or is this just the beginning of a long-term collapse? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion with China Social Trends. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next updates. See you in the next video.